Welcome to another episode of Don't Call It Small. I'm your host, Natasha Foreman. If you don't know me and you have no clue what this podcast is all about, let me share a bit. I'm the CEO of Foreman Associates LLC, where we provide consulting, business support, and professional development services. And Don't Call It Small is where we talk all things business, share tips and news that you can use, and highlight the people and ideas behind the products and services that we buy. To learn more about our team, please visit foremanllc.com. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. It's October 1st. Yes, it's the first of the month. How's everyone doing? Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to be with you all today. I'm blessed to be with you. I have some announcements and some shout outs to share. And then of course, we're going to go over some third quarter business climate review to really look at what the business world has been going through and overcoming and enduring this third quarter. I want to start off with a quote from Mark Twain. And he said, "The secret to getting ahead is getting started. So stop talking about your dreams and goals and start pursuing them." So with that in mind, with taking that into context, I have some dreams and goals that I have been pursuing and I've spoke about, but I want to be able to share some updates with all of you. And if you don't know, now you know that Foreman Associates has a book publishing imprint called D.O.M.E Life Publishing, D.O.M.E. And D.O.M.E stands for Dominion Over My Experiences. And though this imprint, through this imprint, there's various books that will be published dealing with spirituality, self-help, leadership, and other topics. And I'm excited about those. And we're starting first with my books. Yay! So if you haven't been paying attention on social media, if you don't follow me, you don't follow Foreman Associates, then you don't know that October 20th, I have two books. Yes, two books that are coming out. Okay, well, let me clarify, because I know you're like, what? I have a 3-volume book series called Seek Him. And the first book is volume 1. And it's entitled Seek Him, Volume 1, Testing Your Spiritual Comfort Zone. And it has a companion workbook. So that's the second book. It has a companion workbook that helps you really dig deep and explore yourself, the Bible, and your relationship with God. And the workbook's entitled Seek Him Workbook 1. Pretty simple, huh? So as I mentioned, this collaboration makes up volume 1 of 3 volumes. And each volume covers 4 months of daily Bible verses, reflections, prayers, self-written, as well as some affirmations. And you have to write your affirmations, self-written affirmations. And I guide you, but you have to declare what you want or don't want in your day and your life. It's that section's called Speak Your Truth. And that is presented to you each day. And at the beginning of each month, there's a Bible trivia, so to speak, and it's called Ponder This. And then towards the end of the book, you can find the Consider This section, which is the response to. So I share some trivia, I share some things that maybe you have been saying or thinking, and then I give you the historical, cultural, and any other facts, right, in the Consider This. And that's towards the end of the book. And so you can find the Consider This section for all 4 months there. So there are various things that are dealing specifically with the Bible. There's things that are historical that were referenced in the Bible. There's cultural things and other norms that are referenced in the Bible that some people have taken out of context. So in Consider This, we kind of clear up all of that. Also, at the end of each month, there's a challenge that I call Go Beyond. It is really great for study groups, book clubs, or anyone who really, really, really wants to have that loving push, I'll say, to take your studies, meditation, and practice a step farther. In Seek One, in Seek Him Workbook 1, I include daily lessons. They're called Go Deeper. And you'll be referenced to that section in Volume 1. So in Volume 1, you'll see the Go Deeper section, and it'll tell you to refer to your workbook. So in Go Deeper, it's very detailed, and it helps you to really deal with some of the things that are brought out of our lesson that we have in Volume 1. And we also explore some other concepts. And towards the back of Workbook 1, I have this section called Greater Insight that provides you with a lot of information on history and customs, norms, beliefs, practices, linguistics, and more. There's a lot that we think we know about the Bible and the people, places, and events recorded on its pages. And I spent months, researching, fact-checking, truth-seeking, digging through over 100 sources to bring you the Greater Insight section, as well as the other components within both books. So I'm really excited about that. Now, if you don't follow me or Foreman Associates on social media sites, then you probably haven't seen D.O.M.E Life Publishing social media yet. So make sure that you follow and like on Facebook at D.O.M.E Life Publishing. It's the same at Instagram. On Twitter, it's D.O.M.E Publishing, because Twitter just won't let us be great and have the full name. And then, of course, visit the website, domelifepublishing.com. It's constantly being updated with information and updates. There's going to be a blog that is that's used through, and of course, the social media will keep things updated as well. So everything is growing and developing day to day. I know there's questions, so I'm going to answer them now. So Seek Him Volume 1 is available in paperback and eBook. Seek Him Workbook 1 is a great big old 8x11 paperback workbook. I did a larger one because all of my advanced readers really, and people that had really been pushing me for years to write books, love the idea of being able to have a true workbook that they could really just get down and deep in and have plenty of space to take notes, ask and answer questions, doodle, reflect, or whatever. Both books and the ebook can be purchased at Amazon.com, Indigo, IndieBound.org, Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, Eden.co.uk, Bocus, Kobo, FNAC, and other global retailers. So it's really cool seeing my books in France, the UK, Canada, and other countries. And it's not even out yet. October 20th, folks. October 20th. You guys have 19 days. 19 days. So Volume 2 and 3, along with their companion workbooks. Remember, I said it's a 3-volume series. Volume 2 and 3 and their companion workbooks are scheduled for release in January and May 2021. All 3 volumes make up a total of 12 months. So each volume is 4 months of content. So 12 months of this amazing journey. I hope you all will join me. I want to thank those of you who have already pre-ordered your books. I'm really excited about that. Now, I have another announcement. As I stated, the books are released October 20th. Right now you can pre-order, but they will then, at October 20th, boom, they go out, right? Well, my birthday is the following week, October 27th. If you didn't know, you need to put that on your calendar, like make it a holiday. No, I'm joking. And with COVID-19 not playing fair, I decided that I would switch my book release party from an in-person to virtual. Yes, indeedy. COVID-19 ain't stopping the show. So stay tuned for details on my book release party, how to gain entry, how to enter the drawing to win some super awesome prizes. Well, they're super awesome to me. I don't know if you're going to think so. And I will be reading sections of both books, answering questions, and sharing my vision for my books in our virtual release party. I can give you a hint. To get you pointed, I'm going to give you a couple of hints to get you pointed in the right direction. One hint is that proof of purchase of at least one of my books is part of it. And following Dome Life Publishing on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter is another part. Yes. So don't delay. Don't wait until the last minute. Details will roll out as the days count down, so you have time. You have to really tune in and not miss out. I will say, if you're not the social media person, be sure to add your email address to our mailing list to stay in the loop. So visit domelifepublishing.com and sign up today. Now, I said I had some announcements and I have some shout outs. So are you ready for some shout outs? Are you? So those of you that follow on social media, you know that both Foreman Associates and myself, we had posted a while back for anyone to shout out any companies that they would love, or they needed to tag any companies that they would love to have shouted out in this podcast. So, Fountain and Fountain. If you remember, I highlighted Fountain and Fountain several episodes ago. They shouted, or she said he shouted out, the Royal Brow. And the Royal Brow Studio and Academy is in Smyrna, Georgia. You can follow them on Instagram at the Royal Brow. Their website is theroyalbrow.com. That's BROW, eyebrows. They do natural semi-permanent eyebrows. They do lipocavitation and microblading. You can call them at area code 404-805-7257. That's 404-805-7257. They're located at 2365 Spring Road, Suite 203 in Smyrna. The website, once again, is theroyalbrow.com, and you can follow them on social media at The Royal Brow. So thanks to Fountain and Fountain for that shout out. The next shout out. Thrifter's Paradise. Is that who it is? Yes. ATL. They recommended, I had to catch myself. They recommended Helpmate VAs. Helpmate is a virtual assistant company offering various services to support clients with business and personal needs. And on Instagram, they are the Helpmate, MATE-VAS. Their website is Helpmate Virtual Assistance with a CE services.com. So Helpmate Virtual Assistance, ASSISTANCE services.com. So shout out to Thrifters Paradise for that. Next shout out is I've never met this individual. I'm just excited that they saw the post. But Who's That Voice? That is a voiceover artist on WTV. They are on Instagram as Who's WHOS _that_ voice. They recommended two companies. The first company that Who's That Voice recommended was Jazz It Up Skincare. And Jazz It Up Skincare is led by the licensed master esthetician Jasmine Lucky, who they provide full service skin and body spa. That's what they do. They do body sculpting, skincare specialist, ear candling, foot detox, men's facials, massages, laser lipo, sugar body scrubs, lip scrubs, bikini polish. They also sell various products like whipped butter, body butter. Say that 10 times real fast. Bikini brightening polish, ingrown hair serum, men's beard oil, and then coming soon, they're going to have a Jazz It Up body wash and lotions. They are in Fayetteville, Georgia. The address is 1572 Highway 89 North, Suite 202 in Fayetteville, Georgia. Their phone number is area code 678-408-0976. The website is jazz with two Z's, it up with two P's.com. So jazzitup.com. And on Instagram, they are Jazz It Up with two P's skincare. So thanks to WTV, Who's That Voice, for that recommendation. And then the second recommendation they had was Sweet Charlene's Bakery. Charlene's Bakery is ran by Tamika Rice, and they are in Houston, Texas. And I'm going to give you their contact information. Their website is Charlene's Bakery. So that's CHARLENES bakery.com. Phone number you can call or text is area code 770-880-3561. So I'm assuming that at some point they used to be here in Georgia. The address is 1835 Wickdale Garden Lane in Houston, Texas. Contact them today for, quote, a little southern sweetness. They make cookies, pies, cakes, muffins, brownies, dessert bars, baked breads, and more. I went on their site. I started salivating. It looks really good, very yummy. They do catering, delivery, and pickups from their bakery. They were recently named one of Houston's best cake deliveries. All baking is done in a commercial kitchen in Houston, and pickups can be arranged at that Wickdale location. You can also email them at sweetcharlenesbakery@gmail.com. Let me give you the phone number again. That's 770-880-3561. That's 770-880-3561. They are in Houston. Website is charlenesbakery.com. So thanks again to WTV, Who's That Voice, for those shout outs. So, alrighty. That's that right now for the shout outs. If you have anyone that you'd like to have a shout out, please be sure to email us at don'tcallitsmallbiz@gmail.com, or of course, just shoot us a message on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. I have another quote I want to share with all of you. I'm just in the quote sharing today. I just think we just need the inspiration. There's a quote from Fred Rogers that truly encompasses this journey that I'm on, that we're all on. And it says, and Mr. Rogers said, quote, often when you think you're at the end of something, you're at the beginning of something else. Amen to that, right? So September hasn't been good for the stock markets, but the month isn't over. Well, it is over now. So we'll see. On Monday, the major indexes posted big gains. We'll have to be able to look today to see how that really, the whole outlook for September looked like. COVID-19 pushed back Amazon's Prime Day from July to October 13th to 14th. Amazon, it wasn't because they weren't doing well. They were doing too well, and they couldn't handle the increased demand this past summer. So it's on pace to actually smash the $280.5 billion in sales that it charted last year. So Amazon has been doing good. So while we've been up here Amazoning ourselves out, they've been saying, oh my goodness, we can't handle all this. I know that Amazon visits me every week. So Prime Day isn't just Amazon's anymore. As last year showed, there was over 250 retailers that offered their own discounts around the event. And Amazon is giving Prime members a $10 credit if they spend money on items sold by select small businesses in Amazon's site. Let's see, who else? Virgin Galactic, their stock shot up nearly 25% after some bullish projections from Wall Street firms. So we'll have to track and see how they fare in the quarter four. Those of you that are into the little tennis shoes, Allbirds, footwear brand Allbirds, they launched in 2016 as a direct-to-consumer company. If you recall, I mentioned them. They offer sustainably made products. Well, they raised about $100 million according to the Wall Street Journal, and the company's now valued at $1.7 billion. That's up from $1.4 billion 2 years ago. So it's not that impressive of a valuation growth rate. It earned $100 million in revenue in its first 2 years. So to figure out next steps, Allbirds has decided they needed to expand to socks, underwear, and other shoe styles. And last week, they launched a standalone shopping app. They plan to expand its physical stores from 21 current locations so they can have a good blend of online and brick and mortar options. So we'll see what happens with Allbirds. What else is happening in the world of business? Oh, goodness. The CDC, their no sale order for cruise ships is set to expire. TikTok. A U.S. judge blocked the Trump administration's order that would ban TikTok from being downloaded on U.S. app stores. And Americans are starting businesses at the fastest rate in more than a decade, according to the Wall Street Journal. Yeah. So COVID-19 shut down hundreds of thousands of businesses, but it hasn't deterred aspiring entrepreneurs. So basically, other folks are like, you know what? I'm stepping up. People are capitalizing on demand and new opportunities. And according to the U.S. Census Bureau, EIN, so the employer that you file through the IRS, EIN applications to the IRS have passed 3.2 million so far. This time last year, we were at 2.7 million applications. So folks are cranking up. They're getting those EIN numbers to be able to have the business bank accounts in order to hire employees, so on and so forth. So yay to those of you that are starting a new business. There is so much going on about our privacy. And with that privacy issue, the markup, if you haven't heard the markup, it's a website. They released a tool that will show you the user tracking technologies of every website you visit. It's called Blacklight. And the markup used it and scanned over 80,000 popular websites and found that third-party tracking is just as pervasive as 10 years ago, but creepier. Yes. I think it was like 87% of websites that were surveyed had third-party tracking technology, and a third of the websites contained tracking code from Facebook. So basically that meant that Facebook could see where its 3.14 billion active users travel outside of Facebook, whether or not we're logged into Facebook at the time. It does some craziness. And it's creepy. And there's also technology to surveil your mouse and keyboard movements on web pages. One is called session recording. It's like being videotaped by someone standing next to you while you're browsing websites. And it found that 15% of the popular websites were being scanned using this. And there's tracking to see if you're blocking cookies, and that's called canvas fingerprinting. And it was on 6% of the popular websites. So check out Blacklight for yourself and see who and how you're being surveilled. You can go to themarkup.org/blacklight. One other thing before we wrap up, New York's restaurants. Here's some great news for New York's restaurants. They're probably excited to hear that the Open Restaurants program that was introduced in June, which allowed more than 10,000 restaurants to set up eating spaces on the sidewalks, streets, and other public spaces, will now be a permanent feature that's available. It was supposed to expire the end of this month, October, but Mayor Bill de Blasio announced that this new option is invaluable to a sector that was so battered that roughly 1,000 restaurants had closed in New York City as of August, and almost 90% didn't pay full rent in the month of August. So right now, 25% capacity for indoor dining will resume, or actually resumed, I think, yesterday, but partial really isn't enough. So this may be just what New York City and maybe other cities need. It kind of reminds me of the eateries in France and other countries So let me wrap things up with an ending quote. And usually I do that with some music, but I'm not going to. I want you to hear it. It's from Socrates, and it says, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Let that soak in. Yeah. So with that, be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Foreman LLC. Facebook we're on Foreman Associates. On Instagram and Twitter we're at Foreman LLC. I'm just messing it up. Our podcast Twitter handle is It Ain't Small. And make sure that you follow us, share us with your friends, colleagues, and family. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn at Natasha L. Foreman. Reach out to me. Say hello. Share your story. I look forward to meeting you. I want to make sure I give proper credit for our show theme song. It's called Higher Up. If you don't feel like you get higher up every time you hear the song, I don't know what to say to you. Thank you, Shane Ivers, for this amazing song. Thank you all for tuning into the Don't Call It Small Business podcast, for sharing these episodes with others, and for your continued support. Don't forget what I tell you on each and every episode. Don't call what you're planning, thinking, dreaming, or doing little or small. Go big, go bold, or go nowhere. Have an awesome day and week. I'll see you here for our next episode.